everyone. Happy Saturday. Hope everything's going well. This might be one of the first time I've ever done an afternoon stream. Which is, I don't know, hopefully some of the, overseas people will enjoy. That's usually the complaint I'll get is, can you do one not at night? Because it's usually like 2 a.m. And I'm like, you know what? That's a good idea. So, whoa, happy birthday to 12G to you. Happy birthday. Surrealist. That's incredible. Thank you so much. That's incredibly nice. Well, I don't have anything particular to talk about. Yes, my hair is shorter now. I used to cut it myself, but I don't anymore, and it's a good thing. Thanks for noticing, Miguel. But I don't have anything to talk specific to talk about. I just thought, haven't done one of these random streams in a while. How about I just do one today? I did a bunch of chores. I already got so much done around the house. Yes, special Saturday mass. So we will pray together about to the gods of plastic or die cast or whatever they're made of, resin. I don't know. So I'm literally just gonna grab anything from the live chat. If anyone has any questions or topics or stuff like that, thoughts, and I'm gonna tell you right now, there's a really big chance I will not be able to get. Okay, it's not even a really big chance. It's impossible for me, unfortunately, to be able to get everyone's questions. So I guess just heads up. And as much as I'll do my best to, I'll probably miss a lot of them. I'll do my best. I'll do my absolute best. And I'll probably will stray away from questions like, what's your favorite figure? Stuff like that, because I've answered that a billion times. Even though it's not a bad question. I've answered it already. So here's the first one. I'm seeing Watermelon Doggy. I watched the first 2 episodes and it didn't hook me. So maybe I'll give it another shot. Should I give it another shot? I don't know. Okay. Animate. Cool name. Oh, Sticky Bones. Okay, I thought this was going to be Stick Bots. But I've been wanting to do Sticky Bones. And you know what? I actually reached out to them saying hey, maybe do you think we could work something out where you maybe send me one? I'll make a video. I got a channel. They never responded, which is fine, which happens. So I might just buy one because they do look really cool and they look like a lot of fun. So maybe I'll do it. They're not super cheap, which mean they look really good. But I thought this was that your comment said stick bots, and I get a lot of questions on stick bots too. And I'm in the kindest way possible. I don't think I'll ever do a stick bots review because they just don't seem like the kind of thing that would work on the channel. They just, they're a little bit too so answer's going to be no. Sirdork says, do you have the Evolved Godzilla? Not only do I have it, but I did a whole video on it last week. He's got Jordans on. He's got high top Nikes. It's great. So yeah, it's up there. Go for it. Absolutely. A photography video. Well, actually, VF Toy Photography. This is a good point for me to kind of explain the transition I've kind of turned my channel into. Every video is a photography video, but it's also an action figure review. So what I kind of learned as I was making videos is that, in an effort to have my channel grow and reach the most amount of people as possible, so many more people are interested in action figures than are just simply interested in action figure photography. So if I combine the two, instead of making this an action figure video or this is a photography video, if I have a video that's here's a video about an action figure, at the end I'll do some photography too. That's the best way for me to get the most in an effort of saying the most views. In an effort to have the largest group of people reached. And in that way, I do end up introducing more people to toy photography itself than I would have if I did it the other way, which is honestly really amazing because it's the best thing ever, right? The Jester, hello. Memes are just. I'm not going to answer questions like that, so you might as well just stop. Nat Boy, hey man. Personal enjoyment aside, do you think Star Wars is in a good spot, in a good direction? I mean, Star Wars is definitely in the lowest it's been in a while. Unfortunately. I mean, at least since the Disney acquisition. Unfortunately, and you can really tell too, because every time from my perspective, if I make a Star Wars video, the amount of people that watch a Star Wars video versus if I make a video about Marvel or Sonic is crazy. No, there's so much less interest in Star Wars, which is unfortunate. So I myself end up doing a lot less Star Wars stuff, even though that's what I personally like the most. So, but I do think it is beginning to go in the right direction. Skeleton Crew was very overall well received. I don't know anyone who didn't like it. I loved it. So hopefully when the movie comes out next year, the Mando and Grogu movie, it'll be as huge as it was when The Mandalorian first started in 2019. That's my dream. And so then I can just make a bunch of Mandalorian videos. Go figure, go. Thank you, dude, Miguel, for the super chat, man. You're always way too kind. Favorite Mortal Kombat character. Enjoy the coffee. The coffee. Oh, thanks. Buy me a coffee. Well, I kind of really just I think it's weird. Scorpion and Sub-Zero, I like the most because they're so much. They are like the identity of Mortal Kombat. When you put these two guys in front of your face, boom, Mortal Kombat. But playing, I liked back in the day. I used to really enjoy playing as the robots like Cyrax and Sector. I liked Kung Lao a lot. I used to play as Raiden a lot, but I think that the ninjas themselves are just they're so iconic looking that I just gravitate towards them most of the time. I think that's what I would say. Thank you again for the super chat, dude. Can you do a John Wick review video? If a new one comes out, maybe, because I haven't done any. But then again, I have to. Whenever I make a video, I have to make sure it's something that's either really hot right now or relevant. If I just grab an older figure, unfortunately, it doesn't always. I gotta really be picky about what I do. But if a new John Wick figure comes out, I might do one because I do really enjoy John Wick. Hey Jared, have you watched Sonic 3 and Mufasa? I have watched them both, yes, and they're pretty good. I mean, okay, Mufasa was pretty good. Sonic 3 was awesome. Yes, and I did quite a few videos on Sonic 3, by the way, if you're interested in doing those. And I did share my thoughts in the video for sure. Favorite video game comic fan? Well, it's got to be Pokemon. In a grander sense, just the series itself of Pokemon is my favorite video game franchise. The main series games, and yeah, it's gonna be hard for me to ever beat that. And Fallout is a very close second, I think. I would say. Hey E10, what's your favorite action figure brand? That's such a hard question because there's really so many. But if I were to choose, if I had to choose one brand that I've consistently really loved, and they continue to make things that I enjoy of franchises, it's probably the brand, I guess, of Tamashii Nations. I love all the figure arts that they do tons of Star Wars, they do everything. It's just a broad, so probably figure arts in general. I do really, I'll just say broader Tamashii because it includes movie realization and monster arts, Maro Hell. What's your favorite photo you've ever taken in a review? Interesting. So that excludes. I really liked the the one I did of the Mandalorian, which is my favorite figure. The Mafex one where he's skewering two stormtroopers. I really like that one. It's ridiculous. So maybe that one. It's hard, but thanks for asking. Of course, Robo Rabbit, worst figure of last year. To be honest, in my best figures video, I mentioned that I won't be making like a worst one, just because I try my best to stay away from things that mainly focus on something that's negative. I don't want to. Sometimes it have to be negative, but a whole video just around negative is just like, I don't want to do that. But there weren't a lot that I thought were horrible. The only one I really thought was super bad and frustrating was that fake the third party Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero. So much potential, but it was a really poopy fig. Freeze by JM Toys, I think. It's on there. It's on the channel for sure. Hey, Anthony, thank you. Yes. If you're enjoying, please make sure to like the stream. Excuse me. And if you haven't subscribed, which I imagine everyone who is, please subscribe. Hey, Kaiju Nerd. How long were you on YouTube before you got 1,000 subscribers? I don't know. I don't think it was too long for me to reach 1,000 because when I started really putting a lot of work into YouTube, I had already a little bit of people following me on Instagram. So I think there are a few people that had migrated over. So I think maybe within the first year I was at 1,000, but I was stuck at like, the 3,000-4,000 for many years, I think, for sure. Cool. Austin, hey man, do you have any Transformers? I'm not a big Transformer guy. And if you've watched any of the Transformer videos I've done, I constantly say things wrong because I've never been really hugely into Transformers. But I do think like Optimus Prime is cool. I've watched the movies. I think they're cool. So other than the figures I've done videos on, that's pretty much it. But I do think it's cool. I've never been a Transformer guy. Didn't grow up with it. I need to make a post about this. So, Katakari, can you make a stop motion? This is a question that comes up quite often. And it's a reasonable question because stop motion is the same kind of avenue as toy photography is. But I did do a stop motion once. And it was actually an opportunity that I had to create a stop motion video for Walmart.com. So I made a whole explanation video about it. But I was asked to do this for a job, and which was amazing. And I obviously said yes, even though I didn't know what I was doing. So I did it anyway. It's for Bluey. And it ended up coming out okay. I think if you look at it, it's still somewhat pretty amateur looking because it was my first one. But, they liked it. And, I got paid for it. It went on Walmart.com. It was kind of incredible. So that video is up on the channel. I was actually planning on making a post about it because this question comes up pretty often and it probably will continue to come up because it's a reasonable question. Because it's like, just taking one picture, why don't you do a stop motion? It's like, it's pretty reasonable. VF, dude, I've already answered. I think I will just because even though I'm still using the same phone, I would have to come up with some new things to add because I honestly don't have much more to add than what I did in the last one. But I do think it would be a good idea. Or maybe I'll add more segments about if you want to take this with your phone, also try this, something like that. Whoa. I don't know how to say your name, but my top 10 movies. I don't know if I can give it top 10, but I mean, Star Wars is always up there. My favorite Star Wars movie is The Phantom Menace. I'm a big fan of the DC, like the Snyder movies. And I'm also looking forward to the James Gunn and everything to come in the future. I'm not one of those guys that hates it, even though I haven't seen it. But Batman vs. Superman is one of my favorites. I love Indiana Jones. A lot of those franchises really get me. Michael, okay, will you review the Maximum Spider-Man? So big news yesterday is that Hasbro is making a new, potentially a new line of figures called Maximum, starting with a Spider-Man figure, and it's clearly trying to be in that same type of market as like a Figuarts or a Mafex, but this is the Hasbro version, and I think it looks pretty cool. I think it looks awesome, and I'm absolutely gonna get it and do a review on it, and as early as possible. I even looked to see if I could pre-order it, but yeah, I'm totally gonna do it just for the sake of I'm curious, and I'm sure everyone else is curious, and yeah, I totally am gonna do one. I think it's cool. I'm excited. I hope it's a success because I'd like to see what else more they can do with it. Maybe they'll do Black Series Maximum. Get some really high quality Black Series too. For Star Wars. I'm totally would love to do that. So yes, definitely, yes. By the way, you guys, I mentioned earlier, I'm probably not gonna answer the question, what's your favorite figure? My favorite figure is Maythek's Mandalorian 2.0. So I know the question comes up. It's not an unreasonable question, but I've answered that quite a few times. So the Kid Collector, this is another one that comes up. Do a Predator, dude. Would you do a Predator? I actually mentioned this, and I'm doing the next video for this weekend is an Alien video for the new Alien Romulus, and that figure's awesome. But I probably won't do a Predator until a new Predator figure comes out, because like I was saying before, unfortunately, I have to be very picky and choosy with what figures I base videos on, because it takes me a long time to make a video, and I have to make sure it's the right choice for the right amount of viewership, or I have to make it worth the time that I'm putting into it. Even though, as much as I would love to do things, I have to keep that in mind. And so once a new figure comes out and it's a relevant thing that people are interested in, then I'll do it. And I imagine there'll be some new ones coming soon, because it's a next year, or I think this year, right? There's a new Predator movie coming out. It's called Badlands, Predator Badlands. So yeah, I'll definitely do one then, for sure. Watermelon. This is a great question. Best place to buy official figures. If you ever are curious, just every time I post any video, I put where to buy it underneath. It's always there. So like, if you're ever looking at a figure that I'm doing something with, where does he get this stuff? It's always there. And unfortunately, it's not just here's the one and only place to get them. They're all over the place. They're in different places. So if you're ever curious about a very specific figure, just go to the website that I've tagged it under, and then keep that website in your backlog, and then check them all the time. Entertainment Earth is great. Obviously, Big Bad Toy Store is great. And then some Japanese or import stuff. You got Hobby Genki. You've got Kaukus. You've got Beast of the East collectibles. You've got, just look at any video I've posted, and the links are always there. And sometimes I post like 8 links in there just to make sure they're all, it's all inclusive. So don't worry. It's just check any of those out. Ultimate Figure Collector, no, because I just, maybe it's after my time. I honestly, I don't think I've even seen a second of gameplay of Five Nights at Freddy's. Maybe it's just what for me. Yeah, I guess if I were to review it, I'd be the worst person to do it. I'd be like, here's this guy with the bear who looks like a bear. It'd be the worst video. Everyone would just be yelling at their screen, as usually what happens when I post a video about something I'm not super familiar with. Godzilla Motions. I literally just answered this. I love you. All right. Whew. Ilser, yes, this is the next video, My Little Pony. But Scribbles, PlayStation came out with some Last of Us figs. Would you review them? I don't know. I did do some of those other PlayStation figures, like the Kratos and the Horizon Zero Dawn. And it was fun, and I did enjoy them. I'm not sure. Maybe when The Last of Us Season 2 comes out, and I don't know if I'm feeling it, maybe I will. We'll see. Crusted, if you can get the SH Figure Arts Deadpool and Wolverine. Yes, I have them on pre-order, and I think they should be arriving somewhat soon. So yeah, I'll definitely do a video on those. I definitely will. Wow, and also really quick, thank you everyone so much for. I've never done a video or a live stream like this where there's been this many questions and stuff coming into the chat. So thank you everyone who's throwing them in there. I seriously appreciate it. And I'm sorry I'm missing probably 80% of them, but I appreciate it. Seriously, thanks for being here, you guys. Seriously. Gilgper, will you review the Jada Toy Street Fighter figures? I might. I mean, I've seen them a million times. They look really great. I've never been a huge Street Fighter fan, but growing up, I did have, and I think I still have it upstairs, but Street Fighter 2 for the Super Nintendo. You know, the classic. So maybe I will. Maybe I will. Total Joshua Cards. Will you do the Total Anime? That's the new Jazzwares line, right? I've been thinking about that because I've seen them, and for the price, they look pretty good. So maybe I will. Maybe I'll get the Deku, or honestly the Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul. That's what I'm interested in because there's just been a scarcity of action figures from Tokyo Ghoul. Like, what the heck? Excuse me. Which camera would you recommend for a budget of 60 to 80 pounds or euros? Sorry. So that would be like a little over $100, right? So to be honest, if you want to get a camera and you're looking only to your budget right now is 60 to 80 euros, I would keep using your phone until your budget is a little more. Because if you were to buy a camera for $100, you're going to get something, honestly, that's, I think, inferior to your phone. Your phone is going to be better than any camera you buy for $100 or 60 to 80 euros. So just keep on using your phone and then keep saving up until you can get something that maybe be around 200 to 300, where you can actually put lenses and stuff on them, you know. So that's what I would recommend. Just keep using your phone until then, because your phone's going to be better. It's going to be better. Glep says, what's a good TV show or movie to binge watch? I've been recently catching up on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So if you haven't watched that show, I mean, you've got a lot of work to do. Watch that show. It's one of the best. What else am I binging? Or what did I recently binge? I feel like I haven't really straight up binged a show in a while. Been episodically watch. I did recently watch Monarch on Apple TV, which was awesome. So there's that if you like Godzilla. What else have I been watching? I don't know. Just go watch it. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. There you go. You honestly, you won't regret it. Start from the first season, and it's so incredibly good. Puppet 25. Hey, this is also another question that I get a lot. The Hammond collection. I'm maybe I'll do it. I'll give it a shot sometime, but I personally am not. I'm not super into Jurassic Park. I know, and so usually the videos that I make end up being better if they're about something I'm into, you know. And I don't know. Maybe I'll get one of the nice looking T-Rexes that are out there and do one of those, because it would be nice to at least have one, you know. Hey man, Crazy Boy, did you see the new Batman figures by Morphig? Have I? I don't know. Oh yes. These are the. I might as well share my screen. These are the essentially. So if you're familiar with Inart Collectibles, which is like a hot toy times 10, basically, like that's how much more expensive and high quality it is. Maybe not times 10, but this is their goal at 1/12 instead of 1/6. And yeah, they look crazy. And I don't imagine them being. Oh, this one says 100. That's actually cheaper than I thought it would be. I don't know if that's really the real price. I love this Batman Origins or Arkham Origins suit, by the way. So I probably will go for it. I think it'd be really cool. So yeah, I think I will. I'm definitely interested. Godzilla Motions. Will you buy the older Schmonster arts? Like, sorry, Gigon. A lot of corrections on the way I said his name wrong previously, or only buying the new releases. I'm really, as much as I would love to branch out more, but I have to stick with the new releases that are relevant, because I just, unfortunately, with the way the YouTube and typical viewers work, I have to make videos that are going to be more relevant and what's interesting at the moment. So I probably will only stick with the newer ones unless something happens. You never know. But I probably will stick with the new ones. So, Dino Denji, would you consider reviewing the SH Figuarts Chainsaw Man figures? Ton of characters are out right now. They look good. They do look really good. I'm not sure. Like, I enjoyed Chainsaw Man. I thought it was good and I liked it, but it wasn't amazing to me. And if anything, I'd probably only really want to get like Denji or the knife, the sword face guy, because those they look cool. Like Power, great character. Maybe not somebody I'm interested in collecting. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. It's I've got so much stuff to make to make videos on. You have no idea. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yo Thor Show says, will you review the 1/3 scale Angel Force Mia from Infinity Studio? I don't even know who Angel Force Mia is, but Infinity Studio 1/3 scale, probably not. As cool as something like that big and grandiose is, probably not. I probably will mostly continue to stick with 12 scale because I don't want to branch off too much. Hey, Scott, any new merch coming? Actually, to be honest, I was thinking about taking down all of my merch. Because like if you go on like the Sirdork.com and you can look at the shirts and stuff, the company that I've been using, the printing company called Spring, has just become so horrible. Like you can order something and you don't get it for like a year, and then people are complaining, rightfully so, that they're not getting their products, and it's their fault, but it makes me look horrible that people are spending money on my stuff and then they don't get it, and it's horrible, and I feel so bad, and there's nothing I can do to accommodate them besides just refer them to their customer service, and it's just like horrible. So I think I'm just going to get rid of it in general, maybe buy a few bulk t-shirts and then just sell them as is, and that's at like local shows or something, unfortunately, and that's okay. To be honest, I don't think a whole lot of people are super interested in a shirt with a Sirdork thing, which is fine. I get it. I don't blame them. But yeah, I just feel really bad. Animate says, tip: the most articulate action figures are made by companies like 1000 Toys and Revoltech. I will say 1000 Toys are pretty. You know what? Actually, I think I 100% agree. The two most articulated, like Amazing Yamaguchi from Revoltech, is probably number one, and then 1000 Toys. I only have one 1000 Toys figure, and it's mind-blowingly good. Actually, no, I have another one. It's over there that I'm going to be doing next week, video on. It's a new Halo figure. Oh man, it looks great. Really great. Scribble is more Black Series. Definitely. I will definitely continue to keep doing Black Series. So yes, easy answer. There you go. 3Pick, are you going to do a review on the Secret Wars Marvel Legends? Probably not. Like, as far as Marvel Legends goes, those are pretty popular ones, to be honest, but as far as Marvel Legends and Marvel stuff goes, I'm probably going to mostly stick with movie-related ones. I know, I'm going to look like a poser. Do people say that still? Movie-related ones or other ones that are just hugely relevant, like if I was specifically like a Marvel channel, then I would do them all, but I'm not. I got to keep things broad enough, but still diversify, and I don't know. I know. These answers suck. I feel like I'm just giving crappy answers. Do you have any issues with the Hayatoys Monster Zero? Because I have a wing chipped issue. When I put the wing back into place, I have the gravity beam. I don't have the gravity beam version. I only have the one that I did the video on, which is the other one. And I have 0 issues. The figure's freaking cool. It was my number 4 top figure of the year. It's awesome. The figure's crazy. Excuse me. But yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know if anyone else can help Xenomorph. out. Let him know in the chat. Give him an at him and help him out. Good luck. I hope you can get it figured out, dude. It Ups Gaming says, what to do when buying new figures? Do you heat yours straight out of the box or just let it be as is? This is actually this is a great question, because one of a comment I get a lot on videos that I'll put out are, you need to heat it up first. And sometimes they're very polite, saying, oh, you should try heating it up first, it might be helpful. Or they're just saying, you need to heat it up first. And sometimes I get a little like, I don't need to do that. But I know, yeah, it is heating the figure up first before you mess with it. Is obviously, it's going to loosen things up and probably be very helpful. But when I'm doing the videos, I'm always like in camera mode, doing stuff. And I don't usually heat them up unless I really, really have to. And in my opinion, if I can't use a figure before I heat it up, that is a flaw on the company, the manufacturer, not a flaw on the consumer. It's a flaw on them. And if a figure breaks because I'm just using it and I should have heated it up first, that's not me as the consumer's fault. That's the company's fault. Even though, yes, it is definitely best practice to heat it up first before I use it. But to be honest, I would rather just open it up and play with the toy, like I should be supposed to do. You know what I mean? But I can't deny, yes, heating it up first is probably best practice. You know what I mean? So if you want to do that, do it. You probably will be better off. If I'm being totally honest, it's a really great question. Really, really great question. Yes, I have, and the collectors for kid collectors. Tomorrow is a whole Alien Romulus video, just for you. I did it just for you because I knew you were gonna ask, or maybe it's just coincidence. Who knows? Coop Dude, I have one SH Figure Arts Naruto, and I did do a video on it. I do like Naruto, but I never got quite as into the hype for Naruto as a lot of people have. I do like it quite a bit, but it's not something that I'm super interested in collecting. I do have one Naruto figure, and I'm happy with it because I've got one, you know? So I would say yes, there is the one video. New Retro, I just talked about Stickbot, and I unfortunately said, no, I will not be doing Stickbot. So I appreciate it, but I think it will just not happen. Lucian, will you do a house tour of your collection? Shelf setups, want to see your stuff. I think I'll do another one soon. I did one a while ago, probably back in like 2022 or something. I think I'll do another one. Right now, it's going to have to be a little bit of time first. There's a lot of changes happening in my home at the moment. So there will be, once that's all done with and the collection's looking nice and fresh and dusted, then yes, I'll do another one. I definitely will. Definitely will do another one. Borg, should I buy bootlegs instead of the real figures because of the price, and how? If you are in a position where you can afford the real ones, absolutely. Because first of all, they're obviously way better. People love the CT toys and stuff. Reasonably so. They're good and cheap. But they're still not as good. They're still not as good. And you know, for me, I like Marvel. You know, I like Marvel. And I feel happy supporting and buying a figure, especially or like Tamashii Nations. I like them. And whenever I buy a real figure, I'm supporting them. And I kind of like that. Or you could just say, why support the big corporate whatever? I don't know. Plus, there's always the potential when buying bootlegs that like they're made with harmful plastics and stuff. It says that. So I guess heads up there. But if the bootlegs are good enough for you, you like them, they're cheap, just go with them. You know, that's why I make the videos about them, because I'm not, if I was totally against them, I wouldn't, you know, make videos on them. So obviously I'm not. I think they're fine. They're great, you know? So if you're into them and they're good enough for you, just go for it. You know, just go for it. Right, Raptor? Raptor 10? Have you thought of reviewing the Toy Biz movie Spider-Man figures? No. As cool as they kind of are, and I've definitely owned quite a few of them. But those are like what, 20 years old at this point. So probably not. I'm gonna keep sticking to doing newer, relevant stuff. The best bootleg is the dead leg. That was pretty good. Deadpool Lego thing, which I guess that counts as a bootleg, right? Bruh. Would you do SH Figure Arts Dragon Ball? I've got many of those up there right now, and I just did a video on it back in October, and I'll probably continue to do a few more. I've got I've got a bunch of anime stuff coming, so there will be more anime videos. Don't you worry. But yes, there definitely will. Brick something. What kind of YouTube content do you enjoy watching? Well, for YouTube, I actually, most of the stuff that I will consume on YouTube is more things that I can listen to while doing other things. Like there's a lot of like movie related talking shows that I like. I like John Campea. I really like John Campea. And some other like Star Wars ones. Like I like Star Wars Explained, Star Wars Time. One of my favorites, like every Saturday, which I haven't done yet, I would love to like make lunch and watch Corridor. I love the Corridor crew videos. Those guys are fantastic. So yeah, Corridor is one of my favorites also. And then like if I'm ever really into a certain video game, there's a couple video game people that I really like, and Pokemon, big. So a lot of the franchises that I'm into, I kind of like, I find a person that's also into it, and I'll sometimes latch onto them. But like I'm very picky. They have to be like really nice. They can't be like a douche. And they have to be more knowledgeable than I am. If I listen to somebody and I can tell like, I think I know more about this subject than this person does, I want to be able to learn. You know what I mean? Avathon, can you please take a review on the tech on Avengers Captain? Didn't you ask me this question? I don't even know what the tech on Avengers Captain America is. Tech on Avengers? I don't even know what that is. I'll have to look into it. MLM Geek, what do you think of the figures that Marvel Legends revealed yesterday? You know what? Oh yeah, some of the other ones looked really good. The Adam Warlock and stuff like that. They look pretty good. But the Maximum Spider-Man was, I think, a really cool thing, and I'm very excited for that line. I'm curious and I'm excited, and so I'm definitely gonna snatch that and do a video when that comes out for sure. Definitely am. By the way, a favorite figure is Mandalorian 2.0 stop motion. Yes, I have done it before. I have a video on it. It's just I keep seeing these questions. You know what, Jace? I was thinking about this. The Spider-Man 3 Venom. I was thinking, like, I'm surprised that there hasn't been a newer like Marvel Legends video. Marvel Legends figure of this, like the Topher Grace Venom. I'm surprised. I feel like, I guess the main reason why they did some of the other Toby related Raimi verse things was because of Spider-Man No Way Home. But there's got to be a time where they start pumping out those guys. Like they'll get sold. People will buy them. Totally. Hey, Nine Tails Chaotix, can you make a video about Warhammer 40k Joy Toy? Can you make a video? By the way, if you ever ask me a question, just put it in there once. If you put it in the same thing 3 times, I'm only gonna just read it the one time. But personally, I think the Joy Toy figures themselves, the brand, they look incredible. I'm really, really not into the whatever, the 18th scale, I think. I'm really not into that. I would rather buy something bigger than the scale than smaller. And I also have never been into Warhammer 40k. So it's just, I'm probably not. If And like I said, the Joy Toy, they look like a pretty quality brand, but I'm just not into the smaller scale, unfortunately. Scott. VF Toy says, just so you know, the Hasbro Commandos from the Mandalorian are back in. Oh, really? You know, I still haven't picked them up. This is the one character from Star Wars that is like a new character that I'm like, I can't wait for this to be in figure. I can't wait to get this. And then I saw the Black Series, and I was really like, really, that doesn't look good. Like, how did they? It looks bad. Like his head looks small and his neck looks, and I hate the gray color. I was really disappointed, and so I still want to get him. Maybe I can modify him, because I've seen some good modifications make it look better. But I was really disappointed. But I do remember SH Figuarts say, at least teasing it. I don't know if they ever said they're actually going to put it out, but if that's the case, then I'll just stick with that. And sorry, Hasbro. But yeah, where do you buy your SH Figuarts? Anytime you see me messing with any Figuarts or anything, I always have it linked in the description of exactly where I'm getting it. But go to Hobby Genki, or Entertainment Earth. There you go, for sure. Hello, Kong. Hello. Welcome. Thanks for coming in. Raptor, what are your thoughts on Spider-Man, the animated series 94, 98? I haven't watched it since then, but I did watch it as a kid. And that was one of my first like experiences being interested. That honestly, this show might be my first experience with Spider-Man. Besides just having a toy, I used to really like that show. So yes. Hey, Troop, how's it going, dude? Thanks for coming in. Vance City Mark, McFarlane or Marvel Legends? Well, I like DC more than I like Marvel. So in that way, I like McFarlane for that. But then again, I think I just like the figures that Hasbro does more. So a combination of the two, for sure. Kong, are you going to do the Scar King monster art? Probably not. I'm really not. I loved that. I actually really loved that movie. But Scar King was kind of like, the whole time I was like, this guy sucks. F him. And then when he died, I was like, yeah. He was like a good villain in the point where I hated him, but like I thought he was kind of lame. You know, I'm more interested in getting the little Diddy Kong than Scar King. I did, however, yesterday, I ordered the Monster Arts Shimo and the Haya Shimo. So yes, I will be getting both of those, and I will be reviewing them and comparing them, which is going to be pretty cool. Jurassic says, Sir Dork, is your name Sir Dork? First name Sir, last name Dork. Nice to meet you. No, my name's Jared, but Sir Dork I made up in 7th grade. Sir came from Sir Daniel Fortescue from the medieval PlayStation 1 game. Dork, I like the word dork. I was always calling myself a dork. And then the whole 730 is my birthday. So that's where Sir Dork comes from. But no, my name's Jared. I'm pretty sure you know, if you go like on the channel, it says Jared. But call me Sir Dork. That's fine. I think it's cool if someone calls me that. Honestly, there's been times at conventions or something. Are you Sir Dork? Like, yeah. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool, and I'm very grateful. Marcin, hey Sir Dork, will you ever review snail shell figures? Honestly, a good competition for Figma and SH Figuarts. I've never even heard of snail shell. I'm Googling it. Snail shell figures. Oh, okay. I see. The reason why I haven't is because it seems like they mainly focus on like anime chicks. Oh, okay. I remember seeing this figure, like somebody in one of the challenges shooting with this figure. Really cool. So these are kind of like waifu girls, right? Wow, that's pretty cool. With the jacket and stuff, that's pretty cool. I mean, you can't go wrong with a hot anime girl, right? But to me, I don't even know who any of these characters are. So, to be honest, I probably won't dabble in them. It's really hard for me to latch on to buying a figure that I'm not already connected to the character. Because like I think it's so cool when figure brands like make up their own character, like Mezco. Mezco has their whole universe of their Rumble Society, and it's their own stuff. And I think it's so cool that they can be successful and not have to pay licensing fees. It's just like that's honestly just super inspiring to me. But then again, I'm like, well, I like Superman. I'd rather just buy a Super. I'm so horrible. I'm such a sucker for the, the recognizable IP. I'm such a sucker for it. So I know that's just can't help it. Can't help it. Jace. I don't want to put you in timeout, but if you keep throwing, it's spamming. I love you, man, but it is spamming. Hello, Poco. Hi. And hello, Hunter. Thank you. Kendrick says, what's your rarest, most expensive figure? Can you do a review on the Marvel Legends Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, and Wolverine? My rarest, most expensive figure. I don't know about rarest, but the most I ever spent on one figure, I bought a 3-0 Fallout Power Armor figure, and I spent like over $400 on it. And I did pre-order a Hot Toy that was like $450. Excuse me, but nothing more than that. I don't think I own anything that has gained that much collector's value, to be honest. So nothing crazy. I don't think. Krieg, this is interesting. Least favorite part of doing YouTube videos? Honestly, like, for me to even answer this question is like, I would be sounding so incredibly privileged, because the fact that I can make YouTube videos about toys and, to the point where enough people watch them and I get paid, it's a dream come true. But sometimes it can be exhausting. There's a lot of time spent in this chair, editing. But I like doing that. I like doing it. The worst part is, I would say, each one of the videos I do like a toy photo. And so sometimes I find myself pumping out toy photos, not based off of necessarily the pure instinct I get from wanting to be creative, but I'm doing it more because like, oh, I got to do another one for the video. Got to do another one. And so sometimes I feel like I might lose some of my creativity, but at the same time, sometimes it helps it, because like I'm doing things that I'm not, like for me, if I were to just do whatever I want, I would just do Star Wars all the time, most of the time. But I'm forcing myself to shoot other things. Like I did an Alien video earlier this week that's coming out tomorrow. I wouldn't normally do that because I'm not normally typically into that. But, if I'm branching out for others that want to see that, it does help me branch out. So honestly, nothing. Everything's great. I'm super lucky to be able to be doing. And to be honest, anybody can do it. Anyone who's watching, if you want to start doing what I do, just do it and keep working at it and making sure that the videos are really fun at all moments, and people will watch them, and then that's it. Chef Mario, what's your favorite One Piece fig can you show? I don't have any One Piece figures. I know, I'm sorry. I gave One Piece a shot a few years ago, or actually probably like 10 years ago, and it didn't grab me. Didn't really grab me, so I didn't continue. But yeah. Natboy, really quick. I haven't really mentioned this a lot, but Harley and I are not together anymore. So it's okay. It's actually very good. It's very, very good. But just as a heads up, we're not. And it's all right. It's good. Big John. Will there be another toy photo con in Saratoga? Man, as much as I would absolutely be enthralled and enchanted to do another one, I'm not entirely sure. Probably not, just because putting on a convention was a lot harder than I thought, and it costs a lot more money too. And we unfortunately, I think the choice of doing toy photography con was kind of almost shooting ourselves in the foot, because if we were to just do Toy Con with some toy, that could have maybe potentially, but like normal people, which unfortunately if you want to do a big convention, you got to bring in normal people too. But normal people see toy photography and they're like, what's that? Anyway, moving on. And it's just so. Nat Boy, it's good. It's really good. It's very good. So please don't be sorry, anything like that. It's very, very good. It's very, very good. Believe me. And you won't even notice, going forward. Everything's great. Well, Tech Nova, actually, I accidentally clicked on you, but I'm glad I did. I got started with toy photography probably the same way everyone else here did. Maybe not everybody, but I found it online. And I was like, this is freaking cool. I want to do this. And then I did. I started doing it. But I first started getting back into collecting when I was maybe like 20 years old. I'm 32, by the way. And a store opened up by me called I Has Toys. And it was a great place. And they had a bunch of, just figures, action figures, new, old. And I was just like, wow. And at that point, I was kind of an adult. Not really. So I had some money, and I want to buy this cool old I remember this figure. It just sparked the collecting. I wanted to just have it all, and so that's the collecting just went crazy after that. And then through Instagram, I was posting, just got this new figure, woohoo! And then by doing that, I just discovered toy photography on Instagram, and then I was instantly inspired, and I started going for it. That's it. The XYZ, are there any figures out there that you really want to get, but you can't find for a good price? Yeah, every time I go to like a convention or something, there's always a couple things I keep my eye out for. I'm always like, maybe I'll find this. And some of them are the other, like older SH Figure Arts Pokemon. Like I don't have Lucario or like Blaziken or Venusaur. So like I always keep an eye out for those. But like I know if I really wanted it, I could. And same with the Figmas too, some of the older Figmas. But I broke one of my Figma figures, so I would like to get another one. And for a while, I really wanted to find the Storm Collectibles Sub-Zero, or one of them at least. And I did actually find it in a store recently for $120, which is actually a pretty good price. So I've got it over there, and I plan on doing that soon. And actually, that'll be a great winter video, so I'm excited for that. Anti-adulting, have you seen the new Captain America trailer? There's a new trailer? I did see one recently that I was like, I don't think I've seen this before. I think I saw it in the theaters when I saw like Nosferatu. And yeah, I can't wait. I did see the Daredevil trailer. And like, I don't usually get super hyped up about like new Marvel shows. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. I'm going to watch it. But for the Daredevil one, I was like, dude, I cannot wait. Because I love that the Daredevil Netflix show was just so good. So, yeah, I'm pretty pumped for that. Pretty pumped. My favorite anime, Chef? That's a great question. I mean, I don't want to just default to saying Dragon Ball Z, because without Dragon Ball Z, honestly, so much of my life wouldn't be the same, I really like Yu Yu Hakusho. That might go down as one of my favorites. I'm usually just like, what's my current favorite? My current favorite is probably, I fully went and caught up with My Hero Academia again, and I've always loved that one. But just the newer stuff was just, I couldn't believe how good it was. Just like, this is so incredibly good. So I guess that's my and Attack on Titan's amazing too. There's so many. It's so hard. Sylv, where do you get your lights? I get my lights from LoomCube, and if you want a discount on them, you can use my discount code Sirdork. Is it? I think it's Jared15, but I'm pretty sure it's in the description of this video. But it's on my website. Just go to sirdork.com, and the link and the discount's all right there. So yeah, LoomCube's great. I've been working with them for a really long time, and I'm really happy with that relationship. Plus, they have great products. Percent some, yes, I have. If you would like to know my thoughts, watch the Sonic 3 videos I have put out. But no, I loved it. It was great. Would you get your favorite figure for double the price? Whoa, that's a pretty cool question. So let's say if I broke my favorite figure, I broke it. No, my Mayfix Mandalorian 2.0, and then I had to get it again, would I pay double? Probably. I probably would. Probably would. That's a fun question. I like questions like that. That sounds fun. But I'll answer. It doesn't matter. I'll answer whatever questions you want. For the most part, which figures do you most enjoy, or do you find most enjoyable to pose? The typical Asian ones like Figmas, or typical Western ones like McFarlane or Marvel Legends? Well, the Japanese brand ones like Figma and Tamashi Nations and Mafex, those ones, I think they definitely they spend more resources on the posing aspect of the figures than McFarlane or Hasbro, and that's why they're more expensive. Makes sense. So I probably will just go with the like Japanese import ones. That's why they're more expensive. More resources get put into that aspect of them. McFarlane and Marvel Legends, they put time into that, but they also they have to keep that price point. Because the higher they go, so Marson, I probably would go with the Japanese imports for sure. Cool question. Good questions, everyone. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how far behind I keep falling. Thank you, everyone, again for all the questions. Professor Funny, is there anything you want to review and shoot that isn't an action figure or isn't classified as one? Interesting. One of the so I think the thing that I collect, the only other thing that I really like to collect, and besides action figures, is Pokemon plush. I have a really vast collection of Pokemon plush, stuffed Pokemon. To the point where, like, dude, you're a grown man. You own all this? It's like, yes, I do. But obviously, if I were to start doing the new Pikachu Pokemon Center exclusive, nobody's gonna watch that because that's not what this channel's about. And to be honest, I don't really know what I would say as far as reviewing something like that. But I guess that's what my answer would be. It's the only other thing I really collect besides action figures. I used to collect comics and all that stuff, and it's like I gotta stick to one thing. I can't collect all of it, Godzilla Motions. Will you ever buy a Pacific Rim figure? Will I? I love Pacific Rim. Like it has slowly gotten smaller in my brain throughout the years, but when it came out, I was obsessed. And when NECA was putting them out, I had literally almost every single one they put out, which is a lot. Like almost every single one. I have a giant canvas Pacific Rim poster that I got from a movie theater that will not fit on your wall. You have to have a massive wall to fit. I love Pacific Rim. So recently, there's a new brand that has been putting out Pacific Rim called Ling Jihun. Have you heard of them? Ling Jihun? Well, I'll show you. I'll show you. And I've got two of them right over there. So not next week, but the week after, I'll be making video on them. And boy, am I excited. So the two that are out right now is Gypsy Danger and Crimson Typhoon. So I've got both of them right there. And boy, I can't wait. I'm so excited. The fact that they're in a box right now and I haven't opened them up yet, like I'm so excited. And they're going to be pumping them out too. We've got Leatherback coming, and honestly, I'm pumped for the Gypsy Avenger. Kaukus toy. If you want them, go to Kaukus. That's where I got mine from. So I'm very excited. So it does look like they to this person, yeah, they're going to overscale a little bit with Godzilla, at least the Haya. Oh well. Also, there's another Pacific Rim figure that randomly out of nowhere from Pop Mart. Have you seen this? I think it was Pop Mart. And it's a 1/6 scale. Well, it's not 1/6 scale. It's a 12-inch figure. And here we go. And boy, does this thing look incredible. Like the chest thingy it spins and lights up, and it's die cast. It's kind of like the Chokogan one that came out a while ago. So man, I'm very excited. So the answer is yes. The answer is yes. If you can tell, you kind of sparked my excitement by even bringing that up. Can't wait. All right. Fear 500. Do you have a Mickey Mouse figure? No, I don't. I don't have any. Yeah, I guess not. Sorry, answer's no. Do they even really make a lot of newer good ones? Maybe some Kingdom Hearts, right? Spinosaurus, can you do a Green Goblin Marvel Legends? Maybe. I did. They're doing a new one, right? I know the when the No Way Home one came out, that was a big deal. I'm not sure. Jace, dude, I already told you, man. What you get? I know that there's a lot and it's hard for me, but when you just put something in there over and over, it becomes spammy. Unfortunately. Are you gonna do Jack-specific Dog Man movies? What's Dog Man? I don't even know what Dog Man is. Dog Man, Jack-specific. This is like this must be like a kids show or something, or a kids movie. It looks like the same animators as like Diary of a Wimpy Kid or something, right? Doesn't it? Probably not. Probably not. To be honest, they look like they could be cool, but probably not. If I'm being totally honest. Chef Mario, I do like Hot Toys. I've got many of them, but I don't usually review them. I actually haven't bought one in a while, to be honest. But I've got some coming in, and I think I will be. At least I want to review at least one of them, see how it goes. Because I don't know. I'm curious to see how people will watch them. Jace, you're being very good, so I will answer your question. Do you like the anti-venom figs? Not so much. Well, I mean, I think anti-venom's cool, but I'm more interested in, like, to be honest, anti-venom is kind of, for anyone who likes anti-venom, no shade or anything, he's as in my opinion the most derivative character you could possibly think of. Here's Venom, but he's just white instead of black. Obviously he's got more of a backstory, but like that's not super interesting to me. But I guess the answer would be no. So I'm sorry, but yeah, probably not. Chef Mario, I do like cheese and I like croissants, so yes. Is there any boots you want to get? Right now, not really. To be honest, I'm not. Most of the reason why I buy boots is simply to make videos about them. I don't buy them because I'm interested. I get them because they're fun to make videos with, and other people really care about them. So that's mostly why, to be honest, why I get boots. Except for that Venom horse. That was a pretty cool boot. That's what I'll think. That's what I would say. Kong the YouTuber, do you have a pet? Yes, I do. I have two lovely cats. Speaking of Venom and Toxin are their names. Two cats, and I love them very much. They're both napping it up. Toxin just had surgery recently, a big surgery. He's got a big old scar on his face, but he's doing great. He's doing great. So I'm sure you've seen him in my videos before. He's got this big donut around his neck. He's got a problem with his ear, but the ear problem should be officially totally fixed for good. Yes, Krieg. Yes, exactly. It doesn't show up on StreamYard, but yes, those are them. The Venom and Toxin emojis. Raptor 10. What are your thoughts on the Punisher TV show? This is really is that really the plan? I know that John Bernthal's Frank Castle will be in the new Daredevil show, but it's funny because I loved Punisher in Daredevil, but when I watched the Punisher show, I wasn't that interested. It didn't hook me that much. But also, fun fact, that the Punisher season 1 was filmed in Albany, New York, which is where I live, which is really cool. And it was right next door to my work. Like John Bernthal was literally like, I could have left my work. I did. I left and I walked to the set and I looked. but I didn't see anybody. But apparently some people I work with saw him. So that's pretty cool. And I do like John Berthal, but yeah, I know a lot of people like it, so that's really great. Have you ever reviewed any of the Squid Game figure arts? I just bought the Masked Worker Manager, and I want your opinion. No, I have not gotten them, but I imagine they're probably great. I mean, figure arts rarely really screws up, and if ever, really. So they're probably great, to be honest. Sorry, I'm not planning on getting those. Terrence, thank you very much. Thank you for watching them. I appreciate that so much. Happy Gamer, do you have a goal for 2025? Yeah, actually. You know what? I'll tell you, I have some very specific goals. So, my number one goal is, I doing YouTube and toy photography. Sirdork, it's not my full-time job. I have so this computer right here, this is my full-time job. And it's a very it's very uninspiring. It's just my job. I'm a health insurance supervisor, and I'm very fortunate to have my job because I work from home, which makes it easier for me to do stuff like this. And so what's incredible is I'm actually at a point where I'm bringing in around basically the same income from my job as I am with YouTube. Like, they're the same, which is crazy. So my goal for this year is to quit my job and do YouTube full time. And, well, not just YouTube, but, all the Sirdork stuff. So I'm really very excited about that. But I got to make sure I'm, in a good position to do that before, I got to make sure I'm good before I literally quit my job. And so once I do, I'll everything with the YouTube channel and stuff will be I'll be stepping on the gas even more. So instead of 2 videos a week, I'll be probably doing like 3. And what I'd also like to do is a weekly kind of podcast kind of live stream where I guess similar to this, but it would be like more podcast-ish. It's where I talk about new stuff that comes out. I'd have segments, and I do some Q&A like this. So that's probably my biggest goal. And one goal I'm really working towards is by the end of the year, I would love to reach 500,000 YouTube subscribers. And that's a big goal, but I'm going to really work towards it. So that's what I'm going for 2025. So please be excited for lots more to come, because I definitely am. Fact Sphere, I'm sorry, man. And if you put the thing a million times, I got to put you in timeout. I'll give you a slight timeout, though, because the spamming doesn't really help anybody. Sorry, I love you, but you gotta be good. Let's see. A Sonic Lego set. That sounds cool, but probably not. The Lego kind of thing. I can't stray too far off to where like the channel goes. Most of the time it's like 1/12 scale figures. So I try to stick with that. It does sound cool though. Who knows? You never know what'll happen. It sure is. I mean, actually, it's gonna happen. I'll see you at all those cons. Hopefully, going forward, man. Kong says, "Are you getting the Schmonster Art Kong, the Hiya Toys 2024 Kong?" Sorry, I don't know why I'm saying Kong like that. I like the character of Kong actually a lot, and sometimes I'm kind of rooting for him more than Godzilla in the movies, but he's so much less cool than like an action figure form. So I'm so not as interested in getting him as an action figure. So I do need to get one, but it'll probably be a Hiya one. But yeah, as of right now, I don't have any Kong figures. Very interesting. Very interesting. My Obi-Wan style Black Series lightsaber connections keep snapping. I don't know. No, that's never happened to me. Sorry to hear that. But yeah, sometimes those the little connectors in there sometimes don't always work too well. So yeah, sorry to hear that, man. Did you find using hashtags on Instagram or TikTok help you grow at the start? Congrats on 100K. Oh, on TikTok. Thanks. Even though TikTok's going to be gone tomorrow. That's actually funny. I started a new TikTok account a couple of years ago because honestly, I thought it would be a good idea. And I had like 250 at the time. But yes, I think as a good rule of thumb, hashtags are good, but they're a very, very small factor that can impact your video. So if you have a video that's about Deadpool, put in Deadpool, Marvel, and I don't know, Deadpool, Wolverine. 3 hashtags, boom, done. But if you're doing like Deadpool, Marvel, Marvel Legends, Hasbro, action figures, toy photography, MCU, Marvel Cinema, if you put like a billion hashtags, you're just wasting your own breath. Any more than 3 is just overkill. And honestly, I don't know if it'll do nothing, but it might even hurt. I don't really know exactly, but the way I've understood hashtags, put it in a couple, so then your video has been classified as like Deadpoolish Marvel, and that's enough. Any more than that, it's too many avenues trying to. So just keep it really simple. 1 or 2 or 3 hashtags. Honestly, I never do more than 3 hashtags. So just yeah, I guess keep it simple. Keep it simple. The most important thing, more than hashtags, is just a really good video. Really good video. What sets of miniature accessories do you think are from Marson are most needed that aren't on the market? Scenery bases, miniature food or weapons, blood effects. Interesting. I'm honestly surprised that action figure clothing itself isn't more of a. I mean, it's pretty easy to get your hands on stuff like that. If you go on Etsy or eBay, you can find them easy. But I'm honestly surprised it's not a more common thing. Just like cloaks and capes. I mean, there's plenty of them available, custom people, but I'm surprised it's not more relevant. So I guess I would say stuff like that. That's what I would say. Let's see. Dimitri Burgess, I love you too, man. And Fact Sphere, it's okay. It's okay. It really is. Dimitri, DC Comics. Man, I can't believe how far behind I've gotten. Yeah, Amazon has clothing too. Yeah, you can find it easy, but it's not like, we talk about like, oh, I love going to this brand and this brand for this. It's like I feel like with clothing, you just kind of like find stuff online and get it, with a couple exceptions. But like, I'm surprised there's not more. Fact Sphere. I don't have a 3D printer, so I don't really 3D print anything. And I'm also not super interested in general in things that are 3D printed most of the time, just because, and this isn't all 3D printed things. Then again, I'm also not super experienced with 3D printing. So disclaimer, usually I can tell, and I've talked about this in other videos, where I'm not a huge fan of like the lines and things you can noticeably tell that's like, oh, this is 3D printed. And I know, and the concept alone of 3D printing is still incredibly new. People have only been 3D printing things, at home for what, less than a decade? So I can only, in like another decade, 3D printing is going to be wildly flawless, I'm sure. But yeah, I'm not super into it. Comic Dad, hey man. Do you prefer a prime lens or a zoom lens? To be honest, I don't have any zoom lenses. I only have prime lenses. But whenever I go into like Best Buy, I like to like fart around with, the stuff that's out there. And they always have a Sony Alpha 4. And I have a Sony Alpha 3. There's an Alpha 4 there. And I'm always like, oh man, this looks nice. I want this. And the lens on it's like a 70 to 100 millimeter lens, which obviously it's a zoom, and it's just incredible. And I wouldn't use it more for shooting. I'd probably use it more for filming YouTube, because everything looks incredible with it, and it auto focuses so fast. It's like I turn in something else, it's like, which would just be so helpful for filming. So I guess that's but man, for if I were to buy both that camera body and the lens, I'd be dropping like $4,000. It's like, I don't got that kind of money. Man. Oh, dude. Scott, anti-adulting. Thanks for the super chat, man. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful. Hope you have. If you have Monday off, have a great long weekend. Appreciate that so much, man. That's super nice of you. Yeah, have a great one, man. Oh, you like cheese its. I agree. Honestly, Chef Mario, I couldn't agree with that statement anymore. What's your favorite Godzilla character that's not Godzilla? I know you told us not to ask, but no, that's okay. No. I said, what's your favorite? The question that I said to not ask is, what's your favorite figure? Just because I've answered that. So no, that's not. This is a great question. I don't know. I'm still such a Godzilla newbie. I'm still so new. I mean, I really like Ghidorah. Ghidorah is just freaking cool as heck. So cool. Especially I really like the American version, the MonsterVerse version. So I probably would say Ghidorah. It's just such a freaking cool character. So cool. Chef Mario, you want me to grab the Chester Cheetah fig? Unfortunately, my all of my stuff is like upstairs. It's kind of far from where I am. So, Terrence, great question. Favorite flavor with a U? All right, you must be a UK person. What's your favorite flavor of Doritos? And favorite. Wow, 2 OU UK spellings in the same sentence. Well, unfortunately, I am lactose intolerant, at least a little bit. So Doritos usually give me horrible heartburn, which is, I know it's terrible because Doritos are amazing. But, I mean, the classic nacho cheese is kind of hard to beat. And there was a while where they were putting out like a buffalo flavor. I think they bring it back. That one was really good. Man, favorite Dorito. Yeah, probably just the classic nacho cheese, to be honest. Let's see. Would you do a Lego buildable figure? You know what? I did something similar to this. Not just like a minifigure, but like one that you build a whole figure. I did that, and I thought it was really cool, and I thought it would be a really fun video. And it ended up being like one of the least viewed videos like I've ever made. So ever since then, I was like, well, I guess I won't do that again. And that's okay. I liked it, but I know what to do and what not to do. Abhishek, are you getting the Phantom Menace soda fridge from that customizer on IG? Yes, I actually. I've got it right there. I'm hoping this week I can put out 3 videos, hopefully, and one of them I think will be this. Yes, I got it. I can't wait. I'm very, very excited. Very excited. And a huge thank you to everyone after I made that other soda video. So many people tagged me in this guy's thing. Like, here's the thing you asked for in the video. And I instantly ordered it. Instantly. So yeah, I can't wait. I really can't wait. Dude, Diggs, thank you so much for... Thanks so much for... for the super chat, dude. That's super kind of you. YouTube full-time, that's amazing. Super exciting. Rooting for you, bro. Very much well deserved. I appreciate that so much, Diggs. Yeah, thank you, man. And I honestly, it's so surreal to think about. Like, how is that even possible? Not there quite yet, but I'm hoping in the next 6 months I can do it. Hoping. So thank you so much. I appreciate that so much, man. Honestly, that's really, it's great motivation. I've got a lot of motivation already, but the more the better. Catcher, hey man, have you ever had multiple different shots of the same figure after a review? Yeah, absolutely. A lot of times, like for the challenges, that's what I'll use figures that I just like a lot more as opposed to one I'm doing a review for. And usually involves like Superman or the Mandalorian, characters that I really like. So, and actually I'm pretty late. I'm really late on my challenge photo for January, but I'll be using, it'll be a very Star Wars photo, and there'll be some Mando stuff involved. Hey, Mr. Kiwi. You know what? I've been seeing your name scroll by a lot, you know, and I haven't been able to grab you. So thanks for being in here, dude. But I use a PC. I'm not. I have an iPhone, but I have a PC. I have a pre-built gaming computer. I don't play video games on my computer. I'm not a PC gamer, but I do appreciate a little bit of extra power for doing stuff like this. And Photoshop is ridiculously needs power for whatever reason, so it's pain. So yeah, thanks, man. Would you be open to making a bootleg Mechagodzilla figure review video? You know what? I bought a bootleg Mechagodzilla recently. But I wasn't planning on doing a video on it, but I will be doing the re-release of the MonsterVerse Mechagodzilla soon when that comes out. So not a bootleg, but the real thing for sure. Giggles, do you remember me? Giggles, of course. How could I forget you? Thank you for being here, Giggles. You're the man, or the woman. You're the person. Who am I to say? Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Top 10 figures. Whoa, where did that even go? Wow, man, it's coming in so fast. Honestly, it's so hard for me to make a top 10 list, but I have made several top 5 lists per year, and that's probably the best you're gonna get from me. So, I guess check out the top 5 that I made a couple weeks ago. It's on the channel. Chef Mario, do you have any figs downstairs you can show? Man, all right, let me grab something that I've got in a box still. I'll be right back. Okay, I know. I was just talking about this. I'm so excited. This is the Ling Jihun Gypsy Danger. Look at the stickers. They've even got special Pacific Rim stickers on there. This looks great, doesn't it? Sorry, this stupid artificial blur. So annoying. This is I'm very excited. This is maybe most anticipated of the year. Man, can't wait. So there you go. That's all I've got. Matt Game says, can you make a video about the SH Figure Arts Yuji Itadori? Right? I don't know. I really like Jujutsu Kaisen a lot, actually. But I think the character designs are like the fact that they wear the most boring, just plain black clothing is just, it's so boring. So they make me really not interested in buying action figures of them, even though I really like the characters, but the character designs themselves are just like not interesting to me. So probably not. I know I'm really good as a collector. I'm really good at recognizing I don't need that. I like this. I'll get that, but I don't need this, which is in my opinion, is a great skill to conquer as a collector, because it's so easy to just say I need them all. But I'm very proud of myself to be able to say I don't need that. Ooh, Hunter just got Homelander a while back and waiting for Butcher, the Mafex ones. I'm just wondering what kind of display I could do with them. Any ideas? Like on the shelf? For mine, I just have them standing there. They're just standing there. But maybe have them in a cool kind of pose where they're fighting. Or maybe have Butcher holding the baby up or something. I think that'd be cool. Just put them in a cool pose, you know? Just have fun with them. Pretty much. MLM Geek, which figure excited you to have, but when you had it, you were disappointed? Honestly, that doesn't happen to me too often. I'm pretty easy to please. Even figures that people think suck, I'll be like, I think it's great. But I made a video last year. Literally, the thumbnail just says disappointed. But it was one of the Pokemon Jazzwares figures. I was very disappointed. I was very looking forward to Ceruledge, and I opened it up, and he was just really bad. The joints were just like you move them around, and you're just like, there was no integrity to the figure at all. Very disappointed. But apparently everyone else had great luck with it. I just had a bad one, I guess, which is good. Which is good. What do you think, Graggy? What do you think about Wave 1 of Black Series? Oh, I have the Darth Maul. I don't think I have a couple of the really old Black Series on the wall here. I think the Boba Fett is from that, right? Is Boba Fett from Wave 1? No, it was like Darth Maul, Han Solo, Luke, R2-D2, right? And somebody else. And a Sand Trooper. I don't have any in the box, but I've got most of those guys. Yeah, honestly, when Black Series first came out, it was pretty awesome. I bought the Darth Maul Black Series from Wave 1 at New York City Toys R Us. Miss Toys R Us so much. Man. Totally not a haxer. Yes. The answer to that is yes. I will be doing a video on that. Giggle says, do you have an Arctic Figures Zilla figure? Arctic Figures? I have no idea what that even is. I have no idea. I guess the answer would be no. Excuse me, because I don't even know what it is. Adam Burgess says, "Have you please answer? I will answer. Have you listened to Major Tom by Peter Schilling? And did you like it?" No, I have no idea who Peter Schilling is. So I'm sorry. I'm pretty boring when it comes to music. I listen to most of the same music I listened to when I was in high school, which is mostly metalcore from the 2010s. That era of, technically it'd be like post-hardcore is what it was called. You know, The Devil Wears Prada, Born of Osiris, August Burns Red. Those are the bands I still listen to from way back then. Catherine, what's your favorite candy? Sometimes I gravitate towards the questions that are not toy related. Favorite candy is Reese's by a mile. I'm a big, anything with peanut butter is always best. But which thing is the best though? Or peanut butter M&Ms. Peanut butter M&Ms or any kind of Reese's really. But I like Reese's sticks. Those are really good. And Giggles, yes, we are friends. Chef Mario, do you like Kool-Aid? Like, wait. Kool-Aid? If I'm being... No, you are spelling aid right. Is aid with an I is like a Band-Aid, right? I don't know. But yes, I grew up drinking Kool-Aid. But not Kool-Aid. It was like the generic Dollar General version. It was like 10 packets for $1, you know? Yeah, very, very fond of Kool-Aid, for sure. For sure. Rate Doom out of 10, 11. Like the video game, Doom, 11 or 12. I mean, at least the newer ones, like Doom and Doom Eternal. Honestly, nothing threw me into a universe more than those games. Well, I played Doom Eternal for the first time, and I was like, I'm obsessed with this. This isn't my new favorite thing. And yeah, love Doom. I can't wait for the Dark Ages, right? That's what it's called, right? Ah, God, I can't wait. And I'm ready for somebody better make an action figure. That's for sure. Oh my gosh. Norma Dela Cruz, do you like Marvel comics or DC comics? I mean, I like them both. But I'm definitely a DC boy. Definitely a DC boy. But that doesn't mean I don't love Marvel too. Just like DC better. I love Superman. I love Batman. I love Green Lantern. I love The Flash. I love Wonder Woman. I like those guys so much. Benzie, hey Sirdork. Sorry if you get this a lot, but what ratio aspect do you shoot your photos in? My camera only really has two options. It has 16:9, which is like the YouTube style. So whenever I'm shooting my YouTube thumbnails, I use 16:9. And then 2:3 is the other option. Is it 2:3? I think it's 2:3. But yeah, the normal ratio. But I do prefer it going vertical. I do prefer vertical photos over horizontal, even though they work better for YouTube and horizontal. But I feel like as far as a photo itself, when it's being consumed, it's mostly going to be consumed on a phone, and I feel like it'll always look better that way. So, oh, Timothy Doty, can I look at Blokies? I only recently become familiar with Blokies because they revealed they're doing Pokemon, and they look good. So I'm interested. I'm very interested. Stick Fox, do you have any recommendations on Spider-Man figures for stop motion, preferably under $50? I guess just Marvel Legends. Get a Marvel Legends fig. That's what I would do. They're under $50, well under $50, and they're great figs, and you have a lot to choose from, and they're very readily available. Can you do a review on the Figma Skyward Sword Link? I do have this figure, but I probably won't do a review on it because it's really old, and it's I also try to stray away from doing videos where I can't link it in the description. Like if I do a video and I can't, if I'm like, here's the figure, F you won't be able to buy it. I want to be able to have a readily available link in there. But the Figma Tears of the Kingdom link is coming soon. So, yeah, I'm definitely doing that, and I can't wait. Can't wait. It looks good. I did see it in person at New York Comic Con, and boy, did it look real good. Real good. Hunter Phelps, of course I have, and it's pretty good. I'm not a huge mega Naruto fan, but I do like Naruto. I do for sure. Shinzilla says, please notice. I'm going to get a NECA King Kong for 35 pounds. 35 quid. Do you know how many dollars? But I'm going to get it. Please do a review. 35 pounds in dollars. A pound is worth more than $1 right now. So that's probably around $50, right? I'm assuming it's around $50, maybe a little less. But no, I wasn't planning on doing any King Kong NECAs, but I'll probably do a Haya Kong pretty soon. Those would be more relevant and more readily available. You can find those for around the same price. There are Doom figures. You can look them up on Google. You are correct. You are correct about that. I have multiple of them, actually, and I've done videos on them. None of the McFarlane ones, though, but the Figma one is pretty good. And I have a great big 1/6 one that I love. It's just beautiful. Beautiful. But what I was mostly talking about, Raptor, is for the new design of the Doom Slayer in the Dark Ages game coming out this year. I want to figure that guy, which there is none of those yet, but pretty soon. Guys, don't. I know I'm trying my best to hit everybody, but when you copy and paste your question over and over, it does unfortunately just become spamming. It ultimately makes the problem worse. I'm sorry. So I'm looking at you, JNR. I'm looking at you. Whoa. Is it fine if you live stream Doom? Like on a gamer, like a streamer? That sounds fun, but no, I probably won't do that. One thing that I will say that for me, a lot of my favorite things I love to do, like action figures, that has become something that I have to document. And sometimes I'm like, you know what? Sometimes I don't want to document it. Sometimes I just want to do it because I love it. And I wouldn't want to do that with video games too. Video games, I like to just sit back, play, and have fun. And the moment that I start videotaping me doing it, it becomes you lose a little bit of that. So as far as video games go, I'm going to keep that to just playing it. But it sounds kind of fun. And I don't think anybody would watch Sirdork Gaming, probably. Natboy says, for Star Wars, do you prefer the original release or the updated, altered versions? Well, I grew up watching the 90s VHS release, which is the first. I don't know if it's the first, but it was the first re-release where they really added some like CGI and stuff. So that's what I grew up on watching. And so now I like watching the newest, like the Blu-rays with, honestly, I like watching the new ones. And to be honest, like I also appreciate that the only reason they exist is because George wanted to keep adding to them. And I think that's cool. It's his vision, it's his thing. Let him add to it if he wants. But then again, I do think it's kind of a crime that they don't offer, like you can't just pull up the original theatrical cut on Disney Plus or something. I'm really surprised that they haven't done that. I wonder like what the deal is with that. I feel like that would be a good, maybe that was in the contract that George was like, don't ever release the theatrical cuts. Honestly, that's probably in there. And JNR, dude, it's all right. I totally get you. Third question in again, and I'll click on you. I'll pull it up. What happened to Louis Figs? Anyone know? I don't even know who that is. Louis Figs. I hope whoever he is, I hope he's doing okay. What figure are you most excited for in 2025? Benzie, it's this one. It's this Pacific Rim figure. It is. I'm very excited for that. And I got it right here, so I don't know what that Zelda figure I'm very excited for. So I think that's this year, right? Guys, it's cool. I'm never gonna be mad at you or anything if you end up spamming. I just have to enforce, or unfortunately, yeah, because spamming will just make the chat experience not good for everybody. I was just talking about the Maximum Spider-Man. I think it looks cool. I think this looks actually really awesome. I'm pumped for it, and I hope it does well. I'm definitely gonna get one to make a video on it for sure. Thanks, Terrence. Appreciate it. I have been putting a little bit more work into the hair recently. Appreciate it. I actually put texture powder in there now. Anybody know what that is? I just learned what it is recently, and looks kind of nice. So thanks. Appreciate that very, very much. Would you ever get mods for live stream, like moderators? I mean, they're anybody that I personally know in real life who jumps in a live stream, they are moderators. Like my mom is one, and a couple of my close friends that are in real life, I have them as moderators. But luckily, everyone in this live chat is always amazing, so I don't really have a huge need for them. So it's great because you guys are all great. JNR says, do you think that the SH Figuarts has been overpricing their figures? I don't know. They definitely seem to be slowly going up, but maybe I feel like all figure brands are a little bit, but I don't know. I mean, that's kind of just how capitalism works, and sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. So hopefully not. But then again, I don't know how much it costs a company to design a figure, make a mold, and make bunches of them, and produce them. Like, I don't know how much that costs. So I can't really make an accurate kind of accusation that they're overpriced, So I would like to hopefully think no, but hey, the cheaper we can get them, the better, Disney hates George Lucas. They try to shove random, poorly written trash other than Mando down your gullet. Graggy, as I mean, if you're not happy with Star Wars right now, I get you, but this is it's not true. It's not true at all. George was on the set of a lot of stuff especially with things with Jon Favreau's been involved with Ahsoka and The Mandalorian. Dave Filoni has said before he constantly goes back to George for stuff. George was on the set of Solo because his boy, what's his name? Ron Howard direct. So I mean, there's probably a little bit of here and there where George did kind of call Disney the white slavers once. So there's a little bit of that. I think he was using it as a metaphor. But Disney doesn't hate George. They don't. But I agree. Ahsoka and Mando were both amazing. I agree with you there. Do you keep all your figures or do you throw them out when you have too much? I definitely don't throw them out, but there are definitely it's very often where I get a figure and I do a video on it, and after that, I have no desire for it ever again. So I put it back in the box. I put it in a pile to sell like a toy show or something in the future. So I've actually got a bunch of them right now that I'll probably, I don't know, sometime soon. But yeah, sometimes I just have too much. I have so much. I can't keep it all. Hustle says, what do you think about AI animations for the action figures? Stop motion cheat code. Well, I do think it is like seeing one of your photos be animated is neat. There's no denying that it's neat. But it's definitely like there's a certain type of look that AI generated things give. And it's sometimes very obvious. And because of the fact that it's AI generated, a lot of people, and sometimes including myself, will just say, no thanks, I'm not into that. So I have seen a lot of them going around, and it's like, it's kind of cool seeing my toy move around. But saying stop motion cheat code, I think is, I don't think that's a good comparison. I think it's like some computer spat out a moving version of your picture. Your picture is great, but the computer just spat it out. And so when I see that, like if I see a really beautiful stop motion, I'm going to be like, oh my God, wow, that's amazing. If I see, an AI generated moving picture, I'm like, cool, I guess. I mean, you plugged it into a free app. I don't know. I get the novelty of it, but it's really hard for me to get excited about it because I know it's just an AI generated thing. It's not like somebody put hard work into creating it. So like if you want to see an amazing stop motion, the plastic action, he just put out this one that was a promotional thing for the new Marvel Legends that just got revealed, and it's incredible. It's like the best he's ever done. I was just like, oh my God, this is incredible. So yeah, go watch that, and that's a much more inspiring for sure. Sleepy Giant, are you going to review the Evolved Godzilla by Haya? Probably. Well, at least the exquisite basic, right? The articulated figure version. I know the Haya statue for Evolved Godzilla is out. I'm not really interested in that, but it does look cool. But the action figure version, yeah, for sure. Thoughts on AI art and stuff? I think AI in general is a wonderful, inevitable progress in technology. That's really great and really great in a lot of things. But if I think using AI to just generate a picture can be useful and handy in a lot of very specific situations. But if you're comparing it to art that people have created, it's just honestly, it's frustrating. It's frustrating because like it's not art. Like sometimes I see people selling like pictures of AI generated things at like a show, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like but some people just don't care. Some people are like, it's AI, it's cool, I like it, it looks great, I want to hang it up. Okay, not me specifically. But hey, a lot of the Photoshop tools I use are AI based. Like the remove tool uses AI, and it's a handy tool, and I like it. But I think people should just make the conscious differentiation between an AI generated image and then a piece of art. Very different things. Very, very different things. What do you think about Godzilla? SH Monster Arts? They're great. I've done a couple videos on them. If you want to check them out. Yeah. Thanks, Nat Boy. Have you listened to or heard XXX Temptation? No, I have not. XXX was it metal? Sounds pretty brutal. But no, I have never heard of him. Chainsaw Man's cool, man. Uber driver. Hi, Mr. Is that what's that called? Is that mewing? That's just the Riz face. Just trying to be hip with the kids these days. Do you have a poorly Menzins figure? Poorly Menzins. I have no idea what that is. Pulley Menzins. Is that another hip youngster thing with the kids these days? Pulley Menzin. Why? I'm not even getting anything if I Google it. Is it a typo? I don't know. I have no idea what that is, my friend. How much money did you spend from buying those figures? Well, I would say about half the figures that you see me make videos on, I'm fortunate enough to actually not have to pay for them. I just get them. I get them from, well, essentially, there's my YouTube channel. People watch it. Companies see that and they're like, hey, if we send you some stuff, can you make videos on it, whatever. So a lot of the figures that I make videos on I actually get for free, which is really great. So luckily, most of the time I don't have to always pay for them. But sometimes I drop a ton of money on getting the figures, not only because I want them, but also it is technically a business expense, and I can write it off on my taxes too. But a lot of money for sure. But they're expensive, and you know, if I buy a figure and I make a really great video on it, I can make much more money back in return, which is great. So it's all, just keep making. If you want to do it, make some videos, keep pumping at it, and it'll happen. It'll happen to you. All right, I think I'll probably a couple more questions. Couple more. Reviewing Spawn figures. To be honest, I've never been a huge Spawn fan, and I also don't think. Oh, that's a sign that I should finish up. It's a sign that I just totally lost my train. Oh yeah. I think Spawn is unfortunately not hugely relevant in the pop culture world either, until that new movie comes out. If that ever happens, then maybe, for sure. The Scarlet Spider Mafex fear, maybe. To be honest, I don't have the figure, but any Mafex Spider-Man is gonna automatically be awesome. Absolutely will be. How many Sonic figures do you have? Honestly, only the ones that I've made the videos on. I've never been a huge Sonic person until recently, so yeah, not a whole lot. Do you have a favorite YouTuber? I don't know about that. I was talking about some of the YouTube channels that I like to watch earlier, but I don't know if I have a favorite YouTuber. You are Skip Rip Scar. You are. I mean, you have a YouTube channel, at least an account, so that counts. The giant Shimo from Playmates. Tyler, that sounds cool. No, I don't have any of the Playmates figures. I should at least have one, just so I can use it. Excuse me, for comparisons. I feel like that would be cool. All right, this is the last question. Epic Pictures. Important question. Boneless or bone-in chicken wings? I mean, I like them both. I mean, boneless wings are just like chicken nuggets, which is fine. But, you know, different occasions call for different ones. But I think I usually will prefer a bone-in chicken wing, for sure. That's what I'm thinking. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for literally just watching me answer questions for almost 2 hours. Like, that's really awesome. Thank you for watching any video I put out, everything. I thank you guys so much. And honestly, it still blows my mind that any of this even... oh, shucks. You know, it blows my mind that this is possible. So thank you again. And tomorrow, new video coming out, like always, on Sundays. I love you all. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a great, hopefully, 3-day weekend. And see you soon. Bye, everyone. See ya.